Good morning. We're off of Main Street and Irving here in Oshkosh, and as you can see behind me, this is all that's left of Mabel Murphy's bar. We just spoke with the owner and we just watched firefighters save the sign, but there are still flames hidden inside of that rubble, and as you can see, they are trying to put it out right now. It is so cold that it is painful. I am not enjoying myself. I want to cry, but my tears will probably freeze off. The only person I know who is excited about this cold and is enjoying themselves is my photographer Matt, who just said he wants to get in the snow and do some snow angels. Well, all power to you, Matt, but not this girl. So we may be in spring, but I'd say that we're in our third and hopefully last stretch of winter. If you follow me over here, you can see that these side streets are even worse. They're completely covered in snow, and underneath that snow, there's a lot of ice. We've seen a couple cars come by sliding around the roads. Law enforcement wants to remind people that wearing your seatbelt is the single most effective way to protect yourself when on the road. Nina Menasha Fire Rescue is out here on Lake Winnebago on the Husky airboat preparing for sturgeon spearing season. Sturgeon spearers are setting up shanties and cutting holes on Lake Winnebago in hopes of getting a big catch. Hey everyone, it's Jennifer Nazha here with NBC 26, and we are here with the one and only Santa Claus. And it is Christmas Eve, and he's getting ready to go on his big trip. How are you feeling? How is Mrs. Claus? How are the elves, the reindeer? How's everybody doing? One Czech tradition is if you fast on Christmas Eve until dinner time, you have a chance of seeing an apparition of a golden pig, which will bring you good luck for the rest of the year. Noel says this morning when they went out, this was all covered in 4 to 6 inches of solid ice. As of now, we know one firefighter is dead, a police officer is injured, as well as 2 other civilians. Now, if you take a look, we're at the scene of where this happened at the Valley Transit Center in downtown Appleton, and you can see that there is still caution tape up. Police and squad cars are surrounding the perimeter of the crime scene, and there's still a ton to be investigated. Governor Evers announced his budget will commit $31 million to the shipbuilding company Marinette Marine. 29-year-old Eric Fisher of Manitowoc faces several possible charges, including the use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime. Although some establishments in Green Bay already have rules in place for sober serving, they still have their reservations about the proposal. Cruzy is the first person from Wisconsin to make it to the finals, and he says he has no complaints about coming in second place. We're here on 13th Street and Park Avenue in Fond du Lac, and as you can see, the road is barricaded and blocked off as crews behind me work to repair this gas leak. We have photos, not of the actual cars, but what the cars look like. Take a good look. These are the dogs that were rescued from the home, and as you can see, some of them are still dirty from what authorities tell us were filthy living conditions. We're out here at a polling place in Ashwaubenon, and as you can see behind me, they're setting up and the polls are ready for the doors to open at 7 a.m. for all the voters to come in and cast their ballot. Today kicks off the WIAA tournament here at the Resch Center in Ashwaubenon, and people from all across Wisconsin are coming to cheer on their teams and explore the Green Bay area. This is kind of a more progressive take on the fish fry plate. So now it's the taste test. Let's see how this tastes. So this is the cod, right? Okay. So should I just like tear a little piece off? Oh, look at that flakiness. Nice, nice.
Dip in the house-made tartar.
Of course.
Careful, it is warm.
All right, so let's see how this tastes. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's some great fish right there.
And now you're gonna attempt to throw this?
Oh God! All right, well, you know.
All right, attempt 1 was not good. So hopefully we do better. Oh.
How about that?
Now we're getting better. We don't have a hole, so.
Katrina and I were just talking. It's also very Instagrammable. So if you're looking to get that good Instagram this weekend, this is the place to be. So Katrina, can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing on this board over here? You know what, Mom? I hope you don't mind, but I'm putting in a lot of work into your gift over here, so I'm gonna have a bite myself. And it is so good. We're getting our derby on, doggy derby that is. And we've been with Ginger here, and she is just the sweetest little pup. So if you want to help out dogs like Ginger, then come on down to Board and Brush on Sunday, take part in the event, make an arts and crafts, and donate.
And then we want to get those 3 fingers underneath. Yep, underneath that arrow. Good. We're bringing back, keeping that elbow parallel to the ground. Excellent. Focus. Hey, very good.
Well, not the bullseye.
That's in the blue, yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Well, you know, I'm going to stop there because I don't want to push my luck here. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud with that shot. And I can tell you, if I wasn't single as a Pringle, I'd be here tonight with my significant other, probably kicking butt. Never thought I'd be saying I'm going to be milking a cow. So Farmer Pat is going to walk me through this, and hopefully this Chicago girl can, show that she can work on a farm. So let's do this, Farmer Pat.
All right.
All right, so tell me a little bit about what to do.
So Jennifer, you're going to be grabbing a hold of one of her teats and just grab it and squeeze a certain way, and magic will happen.
Look at the Easter magic that we got going on here thanks to the Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny, are you excited to have all these kids come? You guys, he says he is ecstatic and he cannot wait to meet you. So come on down to Cabela's in Ashwaubenon and come make cute crafts like these. The chick is super soft. I'm having a blast here. I've been here. Whoop!
See, that's
oh my gosh! That's why we keep the chicks over the box, people. Thank God that box was there to save them.
No problem.
Yeah.
They can fly.
Yikes. If I asked my mom how it was, she'd probably just tell me it's amazing. Because, I mean, what mom doesn't tell you everything is amazing? Am I right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like the artwork that you put on the fridge.
I know.
Yeah.
Even if it's terrible, mom will be like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing I've ever seen. I'm going to take my own little ride, so I'll hand it off to you, Kurt. Back to you guys.
All right.
Careful, Jen.
There she goes. Hey, pretty good. Not too bad.
Woke up to screaming, yelling, and smoke filling the house.
Carol Hennis says it was around 1 in the afternoon on Friday when her husband Mark was trying to thaw their water pipes with a torch, when suddenly their mobile home caught on fire.
I was right back here in the back end, but I had run through to the kitchen down here trying to find the fire extinguisher.
She called 911 and the Freedom Fire Department arrived shortly after.
So I stood here when they were knocking out the windows. I'm watching the house get destroyed.
Although it was tough to watch, she was just happy no one was hurt and her children were safe at school. However, their home is now unlivable.
The floors are collapsing and a lot of the walls inside are gone. My daughter's room was totally destroyed.
Carol says they lost some of the kids' old toys, some clothes, but the things that hurt the most are the ones that can't be replaced.
The photos are the hardest thing. Because like I said, losing my one son, I didn't have many photos because we only had him for 4 days. So the little bit I had, I cherish.
Carol says pretty much everything is gone, but with the help of family, friends, and community members, they're getting by. And for neighbor Kimberly Kern, who also experienced a house fire,
it's extremely hard.
It hits close to home.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. It may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen next week, but it will happen. It will happen.
Carol tells us the support is overwhelming.
Neighbors stick together. Why it doesn't matter.
Relatives are also holding a benefit for the family at Overtime Bar in Oshkosh on Saturday, April 13th. There will be raffles, giveaways, and more to help get the Hennis family back on their feet.
Words are not enough. I can't believe the outpouring of love and strength and everything that the community has given us, and I don't know how I'll ever be able to pay it back.
Reporting in Freedom, Jennifer Nazha, NBC 26. The diocese says a third-party investigation found 47 clergy members with substantiated allegations of sexual abuse of a minor.
People are hurt, they're sad, they're angry, but they want us to be transparent and to get this stuff out. And that's why we're doing what we're doing today.
Church authorities were aware of the harm done, of the crimes committed. So they bear a responsibility.
The diocese released 46 out of the 47 names to the public as one is pending further legal review. Some of those names you may recognize from news coverage of their convictions, like John Patrick Feeney, Donald Buzanowski, and Richard Thomas, but other names released are new. Of the 47 accused, only 15 are still alive. The diocese says they removed those who are still living from their positions. But whether the accused abusers are dead or alive, survivors survivors tell us their pain lives on.
I'm 71. I was raped and abused when I was 12 years old by my parish priest. It has caused great harm in my life, a harm that I suffer every day.
Church officials say there are 98 victims they know of, but Bishop David Ricken encouraged other possible victims to come forward. Representatives from the group SNAP, or Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, tell us releasing the names is a step in the right direction.
It helps survivors understand that they're not alone, that they can actually see the perpetrator publicly announced, and it provides an opportunity for survivors to step forward.
The church says they chose to release the names to be more transparent. They also say they will provide counseling for victims and work to make sure no abusers remain in the clergy.
In the midst of all of this, a child was hurt. Children were harmed, and this must never happen again.
We believe the victims when they come forward and tell us their story. I believe them.
Jennifer Nazha, NBC 26. In Shawano County, we don't have to look through the trees or in the woods to find animals. We only have to look inside Rita Mundis's house, though one of her animals is now gone.
We got Lulu when she was just out of her mother's pouch.
Rita says she raised and bottle-fed Lulu the kangaroo, but no more. Here's what authorities say happened. It was near this intersection at Porter and Valley Road where Lulu was hit and killed by a driver just up the street from her home.
It just hurts your heart.
Rita says Lulu had never jumped up onto anything before, but she believes it was a jump over a fence that led to Lulu going missing on Sunday. Deputies say the crash that killed Lulu was Tuesday night.
Had a lot of dreams for her to mature into as nice as the one that we had before.
Rita says her other kangaroo died of disease. It was after that death that she got Lulu, and Rita isn't the only one missing Lulu.
Some of the other animals live in the house with us, and they all create a bond toward each other. So it's not just our loss, it's their loss. Especially the wallaby. When the wallaby goes and lays in his pouch, he looks around because those two would always be together.
A woman so at home with animals, missing this animal from her home. Reporting in Shawano County, Jennifer Nazha, NBC 26. Rather than loading bullets into guns, BenShot employees are loading bullets into glassware.
It's a .308 caliber bullet that I'm gluing in.
The Hortonville-based company was started by father-son duo Bruce and Ben Wolfgram. They just wanted a reason to work together, so they threw around ideas which led them to bullet-embedded drinking glasses. The Wolfgrams say their product was inspired by their love for whiskey and guns.
We started selling at local gun shows throughout the Fox Valley, and once we saw there was some traction there, then we decided that we should try to go online with it and go nationwide.
Since the company launched in 2015, it quickly expanded more than 10 times its original size.
There's just the two of us, and now we have over 23 employees here.
Pete Nelson is the production manager and director of operations at BenShot. He's been working as a glassmaker for about a year. He says the glassmaking process takes about 6 to 7 hours.
We got to heat up the glass in the kilns. We'll take it out, we'll heat up the face of the glass, and once it gets soft enough, we'll poke it with one of the rods, and it goes back in the kiln to cure. After the cool down process, glue the bullet into the glass, and goes on to packaging or etching from there.
Nelson says there are some obstacles along the way.
Some of the glasses, it can be a little more difficult to poke, I guess, and that's a challenge.
But he says it adds character to each cup.
And so every glass is a little bit different. It depends on the person making the glass, the temperature of the glass, and how far they put the bullet in and where they put it. There's the artistic freedom there for the glassmaker.
They also fill custom orders.
For me, the most important glass we made was for a police officer in Arizona. He was shot 7 times, and so we made a glass with 7 bullets in it for him.
BenShot used to only make shot and whiskey glasses, but now...
As we continued to grow, the demand for other glasses grew as well. And so we got into doing pint glasses and mugs and decanters.
Although BenShot started out embedding bullets into their glasses, they're now expanding into other options.
We're going to go into different objects, so we can do golf balls, we can do other sports objects embedded in the glass. So I think with this, we should be able to reach a pretty wide market here.
All of the materials used to make the glasses are made in America or even locally.
It's a small, close-knit community here, so we buy our packaging local, so there's a lot of relationships that we're building with local businesses.
BenShot sells its products to 30 military bases worldwide. Some of their employees are veterans. The Wolfgrams say they want to give back.
It's important for us to employ people that had worked in the military to come back and have a job that they care about here back in Wisconsin.
In Hortonville, keeping you connected, Jennifer Nazha, NBC 26.